Folks, Jan Morgan here. We are broadcasting live from Richmond, Virginia. Dan Wos here with me, and I flew in, got here around 11:30 this afternoon. You got here a couple of hours later, and we just kind of wanted to get here and get a sense of what is in the air before tomorrow, the big day, Lobby Day in Virginia. Now, you know, the Citizens Defense League, the Virginia Citizens Defense League has been doing Lobby Day for years and years and never had any issues. But this year, they're expecting all kinds of things. Dan, what are some of the things that you've heard?
Well, I've heard that there's going to be some plants and some setups.
Wearing MAGA hats.
Wearing MAGA hats, and I heard that Antifa is going to be here. Mm-hmm. And one story that I heard was that Antifa wanted to rally with gun owners. Mm-hmm. I don't know that the response hasn't been good. Gun owners are usually saying that we have no interest in rallying with Antifa.
No.
Whether or not it's even true, they might just be doing that as kind of a setup as well. So we don't know what to expect, but we have to be very careful.
And it's changed by the hour. You know, when I agreed, I am a speaker at the rally tomorrow in the 11 o'clock hour. I think I'm supposed to speak at about 11:30, right after Eric Pratt of Gun Owners of America. What an honor is that? But anyway, so originally, where we were speaking, which was on the Capitol grounds, you could be armed. And those of you who know me and what I fight for, I don't go anywhere unarmed. It's just gun-free zones or mass slaughter fields. I mean, that's just all it is. So, but the governor decided to pull a stunt in the last minute, and he declared a state of emergency because of things he'd heard and because of intel. He said it was credible intelligence, and there were a couple of arrests made, but of people that were supposedly going to commit some crimes on Lobby Day. But to make a long story short, now not only can you not carry in the state capitol, you can't carry on the Capitol grounds where the rally is being held. And they've fenced in this area, which really is what concerns me, Dan. They fenced in an area that's going to hold about 10,000 people, and then there could be as many as 50 to 100,000 people here. They have no idea what to expect, but I do know that there are buses that are coming here from all over America. And I was checking the charts that are on the Virginia Citizens Defense League page, and all those buses were saying full, 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 full. So I think that people are still coming.
Massive. It's going to be massive. And I think what Virginia Defense League, mm-hmm. Citizens Defense League wants is they want about 10,000 people in that area because they want it to look, representative of what it really is. Mm-hmm. Because I think the idea is by making sure people are disarmed, the governor's hoping that there won't be that many people on the grounds, mm-hmm. and it won't look that good for the media. It'll look like not many people showed up. Right. But I think what I heard is that 50 to 100,000 people could be here tomorrow.
Well, you know, I honestly, I almost backed out of speaking because of that. I really was in turmoil over it. And I even suggested to Virginia Citizens Defense League that they move the stage out past that line so that everybody at the rally can be armed. But I think that, you know, it's their deal, and they're going to do it. And I'm going to speak. So, so Dan, you're going to protect me tomorrow if all chaos breaks loose. But anyway,
I just want to know, can you speak publicly? Are you good at that? Do you do it?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. So, but here's the thing. We also tonight, we went to a meeting of I think it was probably militia members from all over the United States, right? Yeah. Because we wanted to see if there was something brewing there. And I'm going to let you describe your take on it, but my take was the people there are here for a peaceful protest. They are here to stand up for the Second Amendment. They're not here looking for trouble. They're not here to create any issues. And I didn't see or hear anything about nefarious intentions coming from the militia groups, all right? So if anything breaks out tomorrow, you know, I truly believe it's going to be coming from the left, regardless of whether or not they're wearing MAGA hats, because they were saying the liberals were going to wear those hats and make it look like they were Trump supporters being violent, when of course we know that's not the way things work.
Right. Do we really think, I don't even know that gun owners would come to Virginia tomorrow with MAGA hats. I think it's a whole different message. I mean, Trump support is probably a different message than what we're talking about here now.
Right.
This is different. This is about Second Amendment. This is about Governor Northam's tyrannical laws. So, so I would be very suspicious if we saw MAGA hats, just because I think that it would be obvious that it's kind of a plant. So we have to be careful. So I think gun owners, if you're coming here and you'll be here, just make sure you're very aware of your surroundings and make sure you see what's going on. You watch what's going on, because, I'll tell you, the Democratic, governor and the legislators in Virginia would love to see something go wrong, I believe.
Sure. Yeah. Well, in fact, Senator Amanda Chase, I believe is her name, she actually put out a warning that it was a setup. This whole thing was a setup to make gun owners look bad, to make gun people look like we are the center of violence in America, and to give a perception because of the actions of a few people that all of us are like that. So, I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. And you didn't tell me what was your take tonight.
Well, they were fantastic. The people were great. So we went to this
it's like Alliance of Militia people.
Alliance of Militia meeting, and the people were fantastic. We didn't know what to expect. We thought that maybe there was going to be some setups there, because we'd heard some rumors that the governor and his people were not happy with militia type people. So we thought that there might be some setups at the meeting. The people were fantastic. They brought us in. They welcomed us with open arms. It was just a fantastic meeting. Very nice, very good, very nice.
So there's a group of people starting to congregate out here, we are actually in the lobby of a hotel, and there are a lot of people staying here, staying all over the place. But come on over here, you two as well. Y'all come on over here and tell us who you are and where you're from. Bring this over. Come on, John. So I love this. Look at this banner. You're going to be waving this tomorrow. Look at that. Yeah, I love this. The right of the people to keep and bear arms. That is a beautiful banner. So you're going to be carrying that tomorrow? Yeah. Come tell us who you are and where you're from. Come up here close to the mics if you can. Yeah.
My name is Julia Matthews, and we have a group called Southern Patriot Warriors.
Okay.
And
you're from where?
I'm from Arkansas.
Oh my gosh. Well, why didn't you say that to begin with? Well, I knew we were having an Arkansas delegation here. I just didn't know you were staying at the same hotel. So
I'm from Arkansas.
What part of Arkansas?
Pocahontas, Northeast.
Pocahontas, Senator Linda Collins Smith.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you know Senator Collins?
I knew of her.
Okay. All right. Yeah, she was your senator.
Yes.
Yes. So glad you all came today. Come up here. Who is this?
My name is Jimmy Staten. I'm from Charlottesville, Virginia.
Charlottesville, Virginia. But now, see, you're wearing the same shirt she's wearing, but she's from Arkansas. So is this a national organization?
Yes.
It is?
More or less, yes.
Okay. So is it a militia?
No.
No. Just a national organization of Southern Patriots. So Dan couldn't be in this because he's from New York, right?
We could break him.
Yeah. They don't let New Yorkers and the Southern Patriots. Go on over here. Come tell us where you're from.
He could definitely be one of us.
Yeah.
All right. I like this guy.
Come on over here. Come on.
We take all takers. It's like.
Where are you from?
I'm from Matthews, Virginia.
Virginia. Okay. So you're from this state. So how does it feel to watch all of this transpire? Come on, move up here. I don't bite.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah. So
it's kind of scary.
But did you know why is Virginia in this situation?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Voters didn't turn out.
Yeah.
30% of your voters show up.
Yeah, we think there's more to it than that too. We think
I agree. Look, you're talking to the right guy.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been on this since 08.
Yeah.
Birth certificate, and it progresses on through that. You start learning more, you see what's really going on. Yeah.
So do you think a majority of Virginians are going to turn around and repair the damage that's been done? I mean, you got how many sanctuary counties now?
102, I think, sanctuary.
Wow.
Well, it was.
Hey, can I hold on a second? Hey, can I get you guys to move that conversation over there? Because you're talking, we can hear you better than him.
You've got 96 counties.
Out of how many?
There's a bunch of cities too, right?
32 corporate, whatever they call them, cities
that are now sanctuary cities.
The majority of those, 114, 103.
And when we say sanctuary, we mean Second Amendment sanctuary, not sanctuaries for illegals.
That means the Board of Supervisors got together, and because there was such an outcry in the communities that, the Board of Supervisors was like, that's a lot of people. I've never seen that many people out here.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So this is an important point that what you're trying to get across is we're not going to step, we don't allow them to step on our rights.
Right.
This is, I've hunted all my life. I got grandsons coming up who are now, if I teach them to hunt, I am a what? You know, I'm a terrorist.
Oh,
Right.
right.
If I teach my kid to hunt, I'm a terrorist. That's what we're fighting. Yes. And I'm a felon, and I
a
lose my
felon
gun
because
rights.
it's animal cruelty now. That's a federal law. I mean, it's not yet, but that hunting is. But I mean,
It's
it
that's
could
next.
get there. Yeah,
That's dog hunting's next.
Mhm.
So,
it could get there.
you know, there's a lot of things that the Virginians are up against right now that are scary.
Do you think that the Democrats are going to listen, though?
No,
No.
I don't think they don't listen at all.
So do you have the right to impeach in your state? Can you
Yes.
actually recall a governor?
We can.
Well, if you've got that many people that supported Second Amendment sanctuaries, maybe you have enough people in the state that might support a recall election.
I would. I mean, I would.
There is a petition going on.
There is.
Okay.
Yes, I've heard it. There was. I don't have proof of this
Okay.
because it hasn't gone to the lawyer stage.
Okay.
But somebody's gone to the lawyer,
Mhm.
and we're seeing what can be done. VCDL is probably leading the way on this.
Right. Virginia Citizens Defense League. That's
Yes,
what you're
they
talking about.
are.
And they've been
Awesome.
working in tandem with Gun Owners of America too.
Right.
They've
Yes.
been working
Yes,
together.
it's not just one. It's
Sure,
a team work, team
Yeah.
effort. We joined just the other day. A couple of us did,
Good.
and you know, I think it was money well spent.
Mhm.
Somebody's doing something,
Yes.
and they beat the NRA at their own game.
Gun Owners of America has done a good job here, and
They-
so has Virginia
They're,
Citizens Defense League.
they're
But you
the
know,
way they carry out business and logistics. They're
Mhm.
smart.
just so you, what he just said is not only true in Virginia. I want to reiterate. It's something I said in a speech that I delivered tonight at an event. Most of the gun rights battles that are being won and are being fought in America right now are not at the federal level. They're at the state level. And it is the state organizations, grassroots organizations, that are actually making a difference. Now, in this case, Gun Owners of America has been in the middle of it with those grassroots. They're working with them, not trying to come in and take over, but they're a support system and really helping those. And for example, in Alabama, it's Bama Carry. In my state of Arkansas, it's Arkansas Patriots of Act 746. In Arizona, it's the Arizona Citizens Defense League. Here, it's the Virginia Citizens Defense League. And in Oklahoma, it's 2A Oklahoma. In Missouri, there's another one. And these grassroots organizations are the ones that are in there. They know these legislators. They're their friends, they're their neighbors, and they're staying on top of gun rights legislation. So, you know, I think that's probably going to get a lot more people in Virginia involved with Virginia Citizens Defense League now that you see how they have stood up for you guys.
Hey, they ran a gun show, and we went to Hampton Roads. Was it last week, Kevin?
Mhm.
We, and
Come on over here.
and they put on an awesome show. They
Okay.
put on an awesome show.
Mhm.
And you know,
I bet they didn't disarm you to come in there either, did they?
no, they encouraged it.
Good. See, because
I
I'm
didn't
not at
bring
SHOT
mine.
Show. SHOT Show is going on right
I mean,
now.
I'm going to a show. I'm not going to show mine.
I won't go to
I'm
SHOT
going to see
Show
others.
because SHOT Show SHOT
I
Show
ain't leave mine at
disarms
home.
people. I want to get that out while we're on. SHOT Show disarms
They
people,
run a
right?
good show.
And
Yeah.
and they don't have to do that.
And we
There,
join.
anybody that says that it's an
And it's got
insurance thing
benefits.
is
Yeah.
not
Look,
true.
we're helping
The
all
NRA
these
had their
people
national
get rides
convention,
to and from,
72,000 people
regardless
attended,
of what they believe
and
in.
they allow people
You
to be
know,
armed. So it's not an insurance thing.
Isn't that kind of cool?
Well, the thing is, the people who are against gun ownership, they don't realize how much you guys are helping them because their rights are just as important. When an anti-gunner says no guns, what they're saying is they're saying no guns for their kids, for their
Right.
grandkids, and future generations.
That's stopping it.
They
Once
don't
it's
realize
done,
it, but we're fighting for them as well. They just don't know it. They've just been a little bit brainwashed on the whole topic.
people are waking up
Yeah.
all day long, every day. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It really is.
So
Y'all
you're
seen it.
kind of saying that even though this is bad, it has been
There's
a
a
good thing.
side. Let's look for a good side in
It's
everything.
been a good thing. Okay.
Let's don't look for, some people won't go, oh, we're going to war today, tomorrow, no, come
Yeah.
on. Let's be real.
Well, it's got to be peaceful, and it's got to be
It's not going to
successful.
go there.
It's got to be
But
successful.
I
too.
believe that the governor is going to get to his final hour and back down on some things.
Mhm.
Well, he's got to back down on all of it.
He,
There's a
well,
no. I don't think gun owners are going to compromise with him. I don't know.
I don't think at all that they could possibly change a gun owner's mind.
Well, that's
You can't change their mind. They're set.
Yeah.
They're going to do what they're going to do.
And rightfully so. I mean, the Second Amendment was written because our
Well,
founding.
no, I'm saying the Democrats are going to do what they're going to do.
Oh, yeah, I got
And
you.
we're going to have to swallow that pill.
Yeah.
It's either one or two things.
Well,
and I don't want to talk about the other thing. The other thing is diplomacy. We got to have strong diplomacy. We're going to have to outlast them, is really what you're going to have to do. Because if you don't outlast them, we're done.
Did you want to say something?
Oh no, I'm just agreeing with everything.
You're
he's saying.
agreeing with everything he
if
says,
if
okay.
we lose a second,
Well, come on in here.
Then your
Come
first,
on in, Jim.
your
You
first
gotta-
is going to be the next one to go. So.
That's right. Well, it already is.
Yeah.
I mean, free
and-
speech is falling by the wayside very
Right.
quickly. So,
And it's getting worse. It's a lot.
so
of
and where are you from?
Charlottesville.
Charlottesville. Oh, Charlottesville. You know, everybody keeps talking about Charlottesville and saying they don't want this to be another Charlottesville. Were you there when all
Yes.
that? So,
I think most of us were.
were you were there when the violence broke out? So, did you have an indication earlier on that it was going to get to that point? Were there some flags,
Well,
signs?
with the local councilman and stuff like that, we knew it was a setup from the get-go.
So it was a setup.
Oh yeah.
Well, see, that's what everybody's afraid of here. And in fact, Senator Amanda Chase has said that this is a setup. She gave out, this is the first time I've actually heard a legislator publicly say, and it's been all over the news feeds. Just type in Senator Amanda Chase, Virginia, warning about a setup, and you'll see the article. And she came out with that, about yesterday?
Yeah.
And she said, this is a setup. And she was even more specific. She gave a lot of specifics. And that concerns me because you're saying Charlottesville was definitely a setup as well.
Oh, yeah.
So do you think everything's going to be okay tomorrow?
I can't say one way or the other.
Are you prepared?
I'm prepared, but I'm prepared not to go inside that fence.
Yeah. So do you know of anybody that is going inside the fence besides me?
No.
Me and the other speakers. Yeah. I'm wondering if a crowd if people are just going to refuse to go in there. And then if they do, what's going to happen if that's the case?
Yeah.
Well, it's not going to be good optics for Virginia,
Right.
Citizen Defense League. That's why they were saying they would like as many people to take one for the team, go into the fenced area, because we need to show.
Are you going to go in?
I'll go in. You're going in?
You're going. Well, I'm a speaker. I have to.
I'm going in because
If I'm going to get on a microphone,
we have
I
a lot
to.
of friends that are going to be in there.
Yes.
We're going to go in
Yeah,
there.
Eric Pratt is. I talked with. You talked with Eric. Eric Pratt is with the president of Gun Owners of America, and he is going to speak. Antonia Okafor is going to speak. The hero who saved all those people in that Texas church, he is a speaker. Also, I can't remember the guy's name. I'm getting old. The gentleman who used his AR-15 to save all those lives in that other shooting, and it was in
Sutherland.
Texas. Yeah.
Sutherland, Texas.
Yes, and so it's
He's
an
gonna be
interesting
there. Dick
panel.
Heller's going to be there.
Yeah, Dick Heller is going to be. He's like the third speaker. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting group of people. I think the speeches are going to be very diverse because of the people coming from different backgrounds. And I'm not sure what I'm going to say yet. You would think with that size crowd, I would have written something
You'll
out.
think of something.
Well, I wanted to get here and kind of get a feel of what is happening here. I wanted to sense the temperament. And I am not sensing from gun owners, and we just talked to some gun owners here that are here to participate in the events, but they're not hostile.
No.
They're not hostile. They're angry, but they're not hostile. They're just like he said.
We met a lot of
diplomacy.
people tonight, and
Yeah, we
they
did.
were not hostile.
And those were militia people that we were talking with earlier.
They
So,
want a peaceful event,
Mhm.
and they want it to be
right.
successful.
All
They
right.
want to make the point. They obviously want to make the point, and we need to make the point. The governor needs to stop with the tyranny. And
Yeah, so I'm looking at some of the comments here. Be sure to help me read some of these because they're so far away. Yeah, one lady says, what's she saying? Yeah, I know there are people driving here from California. She was trying to, yeah.
I can't read it.
Can't read it that far away.
There's
So,
a million Californians, right? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
did you want to say something? Come on over here. So this is John, and John
Hi.
he's our
I'm the
engineer guy.
producer
He's the one-
today.
John Chiara.
One thing I thought of, and I read when we were driving down, that the way the rules have been written is that if they see people with emblems or stickers or anything on their clothing,
Militia
and that
insignia.
might. And my first thought is that it would be really easy to plant people in the audience running around with stickers and sticking them on people's jackets
Mhm.
if they wanted
Right.
to cause
Like
problems.
swastika or whatever.
Right,
Yeah.
whatever, just to get some people.
Well,
to
and
be
that those
noticed
people would be
because of that.
labeled domestic terrorists. That was what was in the article from Senator
Right.
Amanda Chase. She was saying that they're going to, because of his declaration of an emergency, state of emergency, that they would be able to to act on those kinds of things in ways that they normally would not, and that good people would actually end up incarcerated, which would be terrible. And the other possibility is if something breaks out, that the rally won't even take place, that the governor, can he shut it down?
Right.
Because there is a march in the morning before the rally. There's a march, and these marchers are going to actually march in front of the governor's house. They're going to be going all through they've got a route. I'm not sure what the route is, but if things break out during that march, can the governor completely call off the rally?
I don't know how you could call off something where there's 50 to 100,000 people
showing up.
I don't think you can do it.
Well, I didn't think that you could do what he's done, and he has.
Right.
So I'm not sure about that.
That's a lot of people, though, to displace.
Would you like to add anything else before we get out of here?
No, that was my one concern, though, because the point you were making, it's only going to take one or two little incidents just to make the whole thing be blown out of proportion.
And the media is going to be
you're in
ready for it.
trouble. And you got the cameras there, and the whole world's watching.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to mislead.
Would you like to add something? Come on over here and add something. Come on, Ryan. You haven't spoken yet. So there's a gathering of people starting to conglomerate here in the lobby because a lot of people are going to say, what's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Reed Hayes, and I'm from Marion, Virginia.
Marion,
is,
okay.
Just this side of Bristol.
Okay. So what would you like to add to?
I'm a veteran, and
thank you for your
from
service. What branch?
Army.
Army.
8 years.
All right.
So from my standpoint, this is just standing up for what we believe.
Come on over here. I don't bite.
Okay. For standing up for what we believe, and we don't want it to be anything radical. And I think that's what they're looking for is a radical movement. People showing up. I went to a rally today in Withville, and you're going to have some extremists. There was a few people there in full BDU dress with LB belts, which is the load bearing equipment belts, and AR-15s, and they weren't doing anything. They were just showing their presence. But I think that whole persona gives off a bad image, and that radical image that they're looking for and trying to project on all legal gun owners and law-abiding citizens.
So let me ask you a question. What kind of media coverage do you think, media narrative do you think we can expect tomorrow?
Oh, it's going to be all extreme left-sided, I think. And they're just trying to, and I think I appreciate y'all being here very much and giving a different view because the majority of us aren't the extremists, and we're just wanting to protect our rights and have a say in what our legislature says. I went to our county Second Amendment Sanctuary County meeting, and it was fabulous. I mean,
Have a big turnout?
Yeah.
What county was that?
Smith County.
Smith County, okay.
The largest town there is about 8,000 people, and we had 1,400 people in an auditorium, and that was from all over the county. And that was all that would fit. I mean, it was only standing room even out in the lobby.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is.
So what you all did, having these pro Second Amendment sanctuaries all over the state of Virginia, people have been watching that, and it's actually taken off. In my home state, there are at least 4 or 5 counties right now competing against each other, trying to see who can become the first one in the state of Arkansas. And I don't know, of course, New York, y'all will probably never have any sanctuaries.
I think I might be starting to work on one, but here's the thing. Gun Owners of America has a packet that they put
makes
together
it easy
to help people. So if you want to make your county or your city a sanctuary, Second Amendment county, go to gunowners.org, and they have a packet that will help you get that started with your local legislature.
Yeah, because then you don't have to hire a lawyer and you don't have to do all that. It's already done for you. So that's another great thing that Gun Owners of America has done.
And I think one of the greatest things there at our meeting was it was a Hispanic guy that had moved to our country 20 years ago. And there was several great speakers. Our sheriff actually petitioned the Board of Supervisors to make Smith County a Second Amendment.
Good for him.
Yeah. And the whole the association that all the sheriff's departments belong to, they stand beside the Second Amendment gun
Now,
rights.
how did you all get them to do that? Because in Arkansas, our Sheriff's Association and our Law Enforcement Chief of Police Association is our biggest adversary on constitutional carry.
Right.
It has been how did you all, did you have to change
No,
that?
we didn't have.
They just were.
He showed up that night at that meeting, and he is the representative for our area
Mhm.
or our district of that part of Virginia,
Right.
for the association. And he said, I've spoke. We had a meeting I think he said the week prior, and that that they stood beside it, and nobody brought that up to them. They brought it upon
They
themselves.
brought it up. That's awesome.
And but we had a Hispanic guy stand up, and you could be put on the docket to speak if you wanted to. And he got up, and his testimony was that he had moved here 20 years ago, that he had lost everything he had, his family, his kids, to the cartel. He had come to America to seek refuge and because it was a safer life.
Right.
So the baseline of his testimony was, I came here to seek a safe and freedom. He
Mhm.
said, but when we don't have it here, there's nowhere else.
There's
in the
nowhere
world.
else to go.
There's nowhere else in the world to go.
Mhm.
And he said, and a very good speaker. I mean, he had broken English, but a very, very good speaker. And he said that, he said, no matter what, he said, stand by what you believe in. And that was the best. I mean, I think that's what the news media needs to,
Mhm.
they need to see what refugees say, that aren't that aren't illegal immigrants. I mean, he was a legal immigrant, and he just had a good message.
You know, it does seem like the people that have come here from other countries legally
Right.
are some of the people who fight hardest for our Constitution and Bill of Rights, because they've come from places where tyranny is
Yeah.
the rule.
And we see
And-
videos of that all the time.
Yep.
There
Thank
are
y'all
people-
very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good job. Thank you.
We see people from other countries,
Mhm.
Venezuela, wherever, and they say, "Don't give up your
Don't give up your
right.
guns."
Don't
I
be
will never
stupid."
forget the video. Did you remember the video of the Venezuelans throwing rocks at the government tanks? I mean, that's all they had.
Yep, they were just
And
rocks and bottles and whatever they could find in the street.
Right.
to
And
defend
they're
themselves.
and they once you lose your guns, that they're gone forever. Just don't forget. I'm going to wrap up with this. Don't forget that in the 20th century, 170 million people have been annihilated by their own governments after being disarmed. And in every instant, folks, and this is not Jan's opinion, you can go look up, this is historical fact. In every instance, the process from liberty to mass annihilation was always the same. It started out with registration of firearms, and then confiscation of firearms, and then mass annihilation of groups of people who dare to disagree with the tyrant.
It's not about public safety.
Mm-mm.
They're not doing this for public safety. They're doing this for people control. They're doing this to create that government controlled
Mhm.
society. And
right.
unfortunately, we have people
Mhm.
among us who want that. And it's
Among gun owners. Yeah, we were just talking about that on the way.
not even gun. I'm talking about basically, like just Democrat voters, liberal progressives. They like that idea.
But the truth is, and we were talking about this on the way back from our event where we were speaking, the greatest threat to our Second Amendment is gun owners in America who
compromise.
don't understand the difference between a right and a privilege.
Yeah.
And so we need to make sure that you understand, if you don't get anything else out of this whole discussion we've had here tonight, I want people to understand the difference. Their rights are inalienable. You're born with them. They're naturally given to you by God, if you believe in God, or just given to you when you're born. The government can't give you a right. The Second Amendment doesn't give you a right. The Second Amendment is not your gun permit. It is not permission for you to keep and bear arms. The Second Amendment is a statement limiting the power of the government. Don't forget that. That's what the Bill of Rights is about. It's not giving you your rights. Your rights don't come from a piece of paper or from the Constitution. Your rights are something you're born with.
Yeah.
Because remember, what the government gives, the government can take away.
Well, that's just it. A privilege is something is given
Mhm.
and can be taken away. Privileges are used to gain leverage over people.
That's right. Why can't
And-
everybody understand this?
Well,
If everybody would just think like us, we wouldn't be having
It's
these.
pretty simple.
We wouldn't have to have rallies, Second Amendment rallies. It'd just be all right. So anyway, yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Dan and I will be doing live broadcasts throughout the day tomorrow. We'll try to do that as often as we can and to keep you abreast of what's going on. And so just check my Facebook page or Dan's Facebook page. We'll be sharing those at that time. All right. And thank you for sitting in. And we didn't plan this leather matchup thing. Looks like we've been to a bike rally.
We're going to join a biker gang next.
Well, tomorrow it's supposed to be 31 degrees during the rally. 31. Now, to me, that's cold. I brought a parka. He's laughing because he's from New York and he's like 31. That's like.
Well, let me tell the people something.
Okay.
When Jan got to the hotel and I first met her in the lobby, she was wearing this white puffy thing with these furry boots and stuff. She looked like
I look like I've been snow skiing, but I'm from the South. Okay, I like warm weather. I'm used to warm weather. That's a Southern thing, and when it gets below 70, that's cold to me.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
65,
right.
That's cold. 60, you start so. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm wearing my parka, and I don't care if people laugh. All right. So anyway, you have a good evening, and please, I do ask you to do this. Please pray for a peaceful situation tomorrow, that it is peaceful, that God is in it, and that people maintain control of their tempers, and that a few crazy people do not become the image of the thousands upon thousands of law-abiding American citizens, Constitution-abiding American citizens who are going to be here.
The gun owners that are here in Virginia want a peaceful event.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let the media fool you into believing otherwise.
That's right. We got to go. We're hungry.
We got a pizza.
I left at
We have a
3:30 this morning to get on a plane, and
we're waiting on a pizza.
We're starving. We hadn't had food all day. So anyway, have a good evening, and we'll be in touch.
Nice.